I said, I'm not going to school. Anyways, long story short, I faxed 100 resumes in with my cover letter and humor and joke and all of that. Next thing you know, I got 30 callbacks. Out of the 30, 15 liked the jokes. 15 gave me interviews, literally. The 15 that gave me interviews, I went to the interviews. I got 3 job offers, Morgan, Beverly Hills, Morgan, Woodland Hills, and Morgan, Glendale. I chose Morgan, Glendale, and the rest is history. My first day at Morgan Stanley Dean Witter was the day before 9/11. That's how I got started.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you take the 7 series then to do that?
I got my Series 7. I took it in Culver City. When it's a 6.5 hour exam, 265 questions. And at the end, when I press end, I said 100% I failed. There's no way I passed this thing because some of the stuff, options I was good with, certain things I was good with. And then it says 78%. I said, get the hell out of here. So I took that thing. I was like, that was my 4-year degree because I don't have a 4-year degree. I don't have a 2-year degree. It's like I got my freaking Series 7. I was celebrating running out of that place.
That's something.
It was. At 21 years old, I was excited for that to happen.
I'm curious what the jokes were. What did you say in the resume?
It was a story about, I said, look.
See, a story. Always wins with the stories.
It was a story about father who dies. And when before dying, he sits down his 3 sons and he tells his son, he says, listen, I want you to respect me when I die. And he says, the way I want you to respect me is in front of the ceremony, the funeral, I want each of you guys to drop $1,000 in a coffin to represent how much you love your dad. So sons are like 100%. So the first son comes out at the funeral, he throws $100 bills. Everybody mourns, crying, wow. The second one drops $20, $50 bills. The third one was the financial advisor, the accountant. He comes, writes a $3,000 check, takes all the cash, drops it in there, and he walks away. So they liked that joke.
It's a funny joke.
It's a funny joke. And they said, this guy's funny. So when I went in there, he says, what's your business plan? I said, I have a 1-page business plan. I know nothing about this business, but I can guarantee you, I know how to make people laugh. People like me. I'm a good salesperson. You're going to like me working for you. And I said, I'm one of the hardest working guys you'll find. So they said, you know what? We like you. We'll give you the offer. So they gave 2 of us the offer. Me and Solmaz Rashidi, who had the highest SAT score in 1995 of 1560 in California, went into the 4-year program in UC Berkeley for 2.5 years. I think she's a scientist right now for IBM.
Really?
Yeah, she's a beast, Solmaz Rashidi. Total beast.
Oh, I can't even pronounce. What's her last name?
Rashidi. She Persian. But,
it's your Armenian background that you have that
that
twist.
I can say that, yes.
I can't do that. Although I am half Israeli, but still not able to do that. But so do you think, because whatever that quality is, do you think that's teachable? Do you think that someone can learn that? Because everything that you've kind of said, and even like your brash, and I mean in a very good way, personality, do you feel it's kind of an innate thing that you either have that or you don't have that? So
it's a great question. One, I don't think you have to be this personality to be successful because Zuckerberg's not like this. Elon's got his own personality. You take Buffett's got a very strong sense of humor and a great salesperson, phenomenal marketer. Most people think he's just a genius. The guy's such a multifaceted guy, Buffett is. You can go to a lot of different people, but I'll give you an idea, a story I'll tell you. My son Dylan, okay?
My son's Dylan too.
Really? With a Y?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the best spelling.
Yes, isn't it? And your wife's Jennifer. I'm Jennifer.
Really?
Yes, it's
crazy.
Funny.
Yeah, so Dylan, here's how Dylan is, okay? Dylan has an incredible physique. He's got the perfect Bo Jackson butt, okay, with the dimples in it, okay? He's muscular, he's got the shoulder, he's got the chest, he's got the abs. Like Dylan, his legs may be the best legs an 8-year-old could have. I'm not even kidding with you. You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Joke.
No,
seriously.
And also, he's got.
When is his birthday? Because this is gonna
January the 13th, 15th. Yeah,
that's the only thing. Because he's September 24th.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, so Dylan eventually realized he's got a body. The moment Dylan realized he's got a body, here's Dylan. Dylan's like, the first chance he gets to take his shirt off, his shirt's always off. We're going out somewhere. We're going to Art Basel. Is it Art Basel? Am I saying it wrong? We're at Art Basel. Shirts off. And Jennifer's like, babe, put your shirt back on. No, I want my shirt off, right? Now, so he's confident in his body, right? He knows he's got a body because everybody tells him, you look good, okay? And he's got the charm. Teachers always complain about the fact that they can't say no to him because he's got these massive eyes. Anyways, but when it comes down to singing, here's the thing with singing. I caught him singing. He's got an incredible voice, but he doesn't know it. So I said, Dylan, you got a good voice. Can you sing again? No. I said, sing for your daddy. I don't sing for anybody. I said, Dylan, why don't you sing for me? I'm not going to sing. So every time I catch him singing, I have to catch him singing when he's by himself. Because if he's by himself, he's singing, okay? And it doesn't matter what it is. He'll sing Pentatonix Hallelujah by himself. He'll sing any random thing that he'll sing. Roxanne, he'll sing all these songs, right? So as confident as he is in his body, he's not confident in his singing abilities yet to do it publicly. I think what happened to me is I realized I am very good at a few different things. And I stopped second guessing myself in those areas. Areas I'm not good in, I don't even put myself in those situations. And I know I'm not going to be able to compete in a marketplace. So it's more or less a person when they realize what their edge is, and then you double down on that and you play offense. And listen, this whole thing about bank on your strengths, forget about your weaknesses, is also a bunch of crock, because no matter what, there's certain weaknesses you have to improve. So let's just say you're weak at certain things. You're a 3 at asking questions. You have to improve that to a 6. Maybe you'll never be a natural 9 because you're not naturally curious in human beings. Matter of fact, you don't even like human beings. There are people that don't like people. They like to be by themselves. You got to go from a 3 to a 6. If you're not good at, certain things with finance, you're running a business, you're a 2 in finance, you got to go to a 6. You're not going to be in business. But there's going to be certain things that you're naturally 7 or 8 at. You got to take that to a 10. I figured those things out for myself. Some of them was later, some of them was early, and I banked on it and it worked out.
Okay, so what would you say your top strengths are and your top weaknesses are?
I would say I like reading people. I like reading body language. I like reading if you are comfortable, if you trust, if you don't trust, if you're, somebody I should trust, if you're, that's probably one, because I've been in sales my entire life and I've spoken in front of hundreds of thousands of people from state. So I have to catch the arms crossing the legs, looking at the phone, checking your watch, all of those things, because that's what you have to do. And then you have to realize what those tails are. The more wealthier people are, some of them change because they're pros, and how they stay natural and they don't show any emotion. How do you, decipher between that person versus somebody that's easy to read? I'd say that part. I'm extremely curious. I love people naturally. I love people. Like, I enjoy people. So the more I learn about people, the more I know how to, this person could do better here, positioning with people in different places until it works out for them. But I would say at the top would be curiosity. Extremely curious.
And then the weakness would be what?
Used to be patience. The other day, Mario, Jennifer, my dad, sat me down and they said, what's gotten into you? We've never seen you this patient. Kids scream. It used to bother you. It doesn't bother you no more. I said, I still think I'm very impatient. He says, no, you're very patient. I said, I disagree with you guys. But I used to be extremely impatient, probably still very impatient. Weakness would be if something doesn't go right, and you do it second, third, fourth time, it's like, come on. I mean, listen, I understand first time you make a mistake, but the same thing you do a second or third or fourth time, stop that part. I have a hard time with people who are helpless. If you constantly act like you're helpless, it's not attractive at all. There's nothing that's attractive about it. Matter of fact, Dylan used the phrase, it's not fair. He had to write it yesterday. He had to write it for a second time, 25 times. Life is not fair. Life is not fair. He had to write it because life is not fair. And then they started having this conversation. My life is not fair. To the point where he said, I gave him something to do, and you heard both of them go like this. But Daddy, this is not. I said, it's not what? Say it. No, you're trying to make us say it because you want us to just write. I said, say it. We're not saying it.